another episode of WTF Star Wars, a series where I talk about some of the more WTF things of Star Wars. This video, I want to talk about Hivebase-1, that has the distinct honor of being horrifying both on the outside and also the inside.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
So let's talk about Hivebase-1, a classified Tarkin Initiative facility, an Imperial R&D, and I want to start on the outside before venturing into the inside where nightmares live. Hivebase-1 has insane defenses, which you would expect of the Empire. The Imperials kept a Scarifite swarm around the base, creatures that apparently will cause you to perish in an agonizing plume of corrosive gastric decompression. Now, gastric decompression on its own isn't really that scary. We use it to remove the stomach of its contents to relieve the stomach and intestines of pressure caused by gastrointestinal air and fluid. It's the corrosive part that worries me. So these creatures just swim around the base, and think about the sick ways they probably get them to stay there. Waiting to murder people in the most painful way possible. To get into the base, you have to follow the evasion vector maneuvers precisely, and then wait for a tractor lock to pull you in. Which, okay, the Empire obviously had some stuff they wanted to keep secure in there. So now let's talk about that stuff. The terrifying stuff. Inside the Hive base is the heart of the Tarkin Initiative, which, according to Hera, contains every murderous idea the Imperials ever had. It's an archive for projects that were rejected not because they weren't successful. They were very successful, but scrapped because they were too expensive to mass produce. And of course, they keep them frozen to await a future when they might be used. So what were some of those horrifying things, you ask, because you're absolutely a sick fuck and I'm terrified of you? Let's talk about them. First, they have a Wookiee with a railgun for a head, which likely the Wookiee body has a cybernetic modification similar to the decraniated to control them. Actually, since there are a lot of headless things in this place, probably a great number of them have cybernetic modifications to make them a slave to the Empire. Next, we see Hutt clone troopers, which honestly is kinda cool, terrifying, but also kinda cool. But that's coming from a person that likes the Hutts having cybernetic implants to help them move faster. Onwards, there's a Rathtar interrogation droid combo, because Rathars aren't terrifying enough on their own. Right, Empire? Can you imagine what they probably had to do to capture the Rathtar, which on its own is not an easy thing, and then experiment on it and alter it? I understand why they stopped after one. I'd imagine the body count on that particular experiment was really fucking high. There's a mention of a nano slime catapult, which I'm imagining throws a substance that turns you into slime or deconstructs your atoms. I don't really know, and I don't really want to know. The mech troopers are freaky if you ask me, and also the giant eyeballs just chilling in fluid. Please tell me what terrible things you think those eyeballs do, because I absolutely guarantee you it's not any worse than what I'm imagining. Equally unnerving are the creatures that appear to have one humanoid arm and one tentacle for an arm. Oh, and the things that have to crawl to get places. Why does things crawling always make them a million times more creepy? And this may just be me, but this guy looks like a horror movie version of Huffalumps, which were nightmare-inducing on their own when I was a child. Or I guess it looks like that stupid thing from Sesame Street. My god, and look at this stormtrooper with his brains hanging out and wires attached to it. Those eyes will haunt me. And don't tell me that this doesn't look like the Imperial's version of a xenomorph. So that is Hivebase-1 and another WTF Star Wars video. Let me know which experiment was your favorite in the comment section down below so I know to absolutely avoid you.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.